Hey, Slick Talkers, thank you so much for tuning into this podcast. And I know that if you love this show, you'll also love my morning show called Good Morning Hospitality with my co-hosts Michael Golden and Brandy Canali, as we spend 30 minutes every Monday morning to dive into the industry's top latest news and trending topics. So go check it out on wherever you find your podcasts at Good Morning Hospitality. And you can live stream with us on Monday mornings on LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, and of course, YouTube. Now, I hope you enjoy this episode.
Welcome to Slick Talk, the hospitality podcast where we discuss all things hospitality, hotels, and business. You can find us online at slicktalkthepodcast.com and on every podcast listening platform.
All right, welcome back, everybody. It's Will Slickers on the Slick Talk, the hospitality podcast. Doing the first time for video, and today I have Katie Watkins here from the Jupiter Hotel, and we're going to dive into their story, a little bit of the history, and the exciting successes they've had as a hotel in Portland, Oregon. Katie, go ahead and introduce yourself to everybody here on the podcast.
Hey, everyone. I'm Katie Watkins, and I'm the community manager at Jupiter Hotel. We've got 2 properties in Portland on East Burnside, sort of right in the center of the east side of the Willamette River. We've got Jupiter Hotel and Jupiter Next.
Perfect. So thank you for actually reaching out, or not reaching out, but connecting with me over email when I emailed you guys. Let's kind of dive into the story of Jupiter and Jupiter Next and kind of what came about, some of the bumps and the forks in the road, and the exciting progress you guys made since you guys started.
Sure. I'm just going to dive in. So the Jupiter Original Hotel is a converted motor lodge motel. It was started in 2004. It used to be called the Continental and has been around for several decades. And when Kelsey Bunker and Todd Breslau came together and decided to purchase the property and renovate it around 2003, this area of town was pretty shady. It was known as Heroin Alley, and there were a lot of issues with drug abuse in the area and untoward population and just a really seedy area of town, basically. Yeah. So they decided to renovate the hotel. I know Kelsey tells stories about having to call the police on several occasions to get people out of the area for one reason or another. So they sort of started this whole trend in this area of the neighborhood in taking it from this seedier area with just the one hotel to now having several hotels in the area, lots of boutiques, some world-class restaurants, an incredible music venue. We are becoming the entertainment district of the East Side. There's clubs in the area, all kinds of stuff. So it's a lot of fun to be here. And then that was all going well and fine and good. And then they decided they wanted to do more. So in 2016, I'm like, what year is this? It's around 2016, they decided to start looking for another property and kind of kept an eye out in the same area of town, the central East Burnside. And they came across the fact that the property right next door, the lot next door, was up for sale. And they decided that because they had converted and renovated a pre-existing space the first time around, they wanted to try their luck in building something up from scratch. So they took that lot and they built Jupiter Next, which is sort of it's an expansion of the ideals of the original Jupiter, which are community and badassness, just this really cool hip vibe that Jupiter has.
How did Jupiter get its name, like Jupiter?
Sure.
What's the story behind that?
So I actually asked them this morning because I'm not sure I've ever directly asked. And Todd and Kelsey said that they had been spitballing names for a while, and Todd came up with the name Jupiter, and Kelsey really loved it because she, in sort of the Portland way, is a little witchy herself and sort of liked the astrological significance of it, but then said, let's not make it about that at all. However, it's cool that it sort of ties into astrology, but it also is the Roman god of success. And she felt like it was a good omen to put that message out in the world that they intended to be successful and have thus far been that.
Was there a lot of skepticism, I guess, when they first started their journey? Because, if Jupiter kind of goes into success and to kind of put that out there to everybody, was there a lot of people said Jupiter's not going to become anything that's going to, you're just going to be another hotel?
I don't think so. I mean, I think they have had a lot of luck and they've worked really hard, and Kelsey and Todd both come from really successful careers otherwise. Todd owns a number of properties in town. Kelsey had a completely separate career and then decided to move into hospitality and business ownership. And so I think everybody was pretty pumped for what they were doing. And, it's not a hotel downtown.
What's up, everybody? If you've gotten this far into the episode of Slick Talk, the Hospitality Podcast, then you are amazing, and thank you so much for tuning in. We want to send you two places really quickly. If you can, check out the show notes and click the hospitality.fm link. Check out all of our other shows on the podcast network. And don't forget, if you have someone that you want to hear on the podcast, then fill out the guest fill out form so that way we can get them on the show. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope you enjoy another episode of Slick Talk, the Hospitality Podcast.